A good football player will beat you on his first step. Now here's what I'm talking about. We're looking at the defensive end here. This is LD Bell versus Burleson. This defensive end plays at Stanford now. And this guy, the guy next to him, still in his stance. He's come off. He's jumped the snap count and is already in the backfield. Creates two levels here. This side of the line got some movement, and now he has the ability to come off and make the tackle. This video is all about having a great first step. Now we're looking at the tight end up here, and I want you to look at both the tight end and the football and watch. As that ball moves, so does the tight end. This receiver is still in his stance, and he's already downfield. A great player will beat you on their first step. A great start, a great stance. Here it is again. Defensive tackle with a great get off. If you can look at the right hand of the center here. The second that ball moves, his body moves. He may even be a little early. He may be moving a little bit. He's outside. He's not offsides, but he's anticipating the snap count. And I had a chance this weekend to talk to him about it. And I asked him. I said, "How do you know exactly when the snap count's going to take place?" And he says, it's film study. And he said when he's out in the field, he's learning it. When he's out there, he's learning the quarterback's cadence, the center's movements. And here, it's a big disruption. Makes a big disruption in the play.
Josh Moreau. Oh my! You know what? There's nothing worse, and you can probably relate as a running back in your day to know you're going down before you even touch the football.
There are two things that Josh does an exceptional job at. Number one, if you look at the ball and then look at his hands, you'll notice that he moves at the exact same moment that football moves. And right as that football moves, he's off the ball. And in talking to him, he said, as I was looking at the offensive lineman, I knew he was going to pull because I could tell that he didn't have as much weight on his front hand as he had been earlier in the game. So because he knew he was going to pull, he knew that if he timed it and jumped the count, he was going to have a big collision. And this was a pivotal moment in this game. The score is 21-23. Stanford's ranked 14th in the nation, and Oregon State is ranked 11th. And right after this play, he ends up making another great play where he recovers a fumble.
Situations like that, when you have a guy coming free like Moreau was, it's ball security. Ward did a great job just to hold on to the ball, and that's all you can ask in those situations. A loss of 5, second down and 15, as we're under 9 minutes to play in a tight 2-point ball game. Baz play action. Out of the pocket he comes. Pumps. Oh, lost it! Stanford has it. 29-yard line. What a series with Moreau. He was on that ball. And now Stanford down by 2 in business at the Oregon State 29-yard line.
This is the head coach's worst nightmare. Both quarterbacks, both very inexperienced, entered the starting fray in the middle of the season. He's trying to pump the ball so that he can run and just drops it onto the ground. He drops it when he's trying to tuck it. Inexperienced quarterbacks making mistakes in the fourth quarter. Both of them. Kevin Hogan on the previous series and Cody Vaz. It's written all over his face. He knows it.
Oh, it's a great shot as Vaz was on the headset. The frustration on his.
Here's another example of having a great stance and start. We're looking at this receiver right here. He's got his knees already bent. Everything's already cocked. He's got his hands up. He's ready. This receiver here is standing straight up along with this one. I'm going to tell you right now, before this guy can go anywhere, first thing he's going to have to do is bend his knees. His knees are already bent. He's already ready to go. Same goes up here. Alright, ball snapped. He's already taken a step forward. First thing this receiver had to do was bend his knees. Standing straight up, bends his knees. This receiver up here takes a false step. He steps with his front foot first. He started behind, 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He's already beaten these guys on his first step. Here's the same play, the wide screen, the wide version, just so you can see how much of a difference it makes. This receiver started on the ball. This receiver right here also started on the ball, and he has already made up the 2 yards and is farther downfield than any of those other receivers. This guy down here is running a fade as well, and he's been beat by 6 yards.